Artemis 2 coming in for Splashdown after a 10-day mission around the moon, and the crew capsule is about to separate from the service module. The service module is the part that had the solar panels, provided power for them on their mission, and it's going to be left behind and burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. There it goes.
And we have confirmation of crew module, service module separation, and a great view, albeit momentarily.
Houston, good step on board.
Houston copies and concurs.
The European service module now separated from Integrity, a job well done.
So this shows the Orion capsule connected to its European service module, and when it's time for re-entry, they separate. We just saw that happening.
So, with Integrity now flying free on its own for the remaining 32 minutes of this mission, next up, the raise burn, a 19-second firing of Integrity's thrusters.
GPS 2.
Now just come back to Earth and land in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of San Diego. They actually have to start slowing down when they're over Australia.
Burn. Again, this is the final tweaking of the orientation of Integrity to put it in the right angle, if you will, the angle of attack that it will fly in during its entrance into the Earth's atmosphere. Entry interface now just 18 minutes, 25 seconds away. This is a visualization, but driven by real-time telemetry. This is the maneuvering of Integrity to the raise burn orientation. Just 2,800 miles from Earth.
Houston, we got a great view of the European service module out the window with the sun hitting the side and the solar rays and the NASA worm right there. It's a beautiful looking machine.
Roger.
You can see on the board up here that there's a line over Australia, so that's
and we have completed the maneuver to the raise burn orientation, 1 minute away from the raise burn. That blackout period to begin at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time, and again will last about 6 minutes in duration.
The spacecraft will be enveloped in a plasma.
We're 4 minutes away from entry interface.
Plasma is ionized gases, and when they're ionized, that blocks radio transmissions and reception. You can see the Earth, though, from over, 3,000 miles away. And it's definitely a sphere.
Coming up on 1 minute until entry interface.
Go NASA. It's home sweet home.
Mark,
Mother
1
Earth.
minute until entry interface. 1 minute, 20 seconds until the expected start of our 6-minute blackout. And we have crossed the threshold, now entering the Earth's atmosphere. We're at 400,000 feet, traveling 34,800 feet per second. Time to splash down 13 minutes, 10 seconds.
There's the Pacific Ocean. And I guess
And
that's
as
a blackout.
predicted, we've entered our communications blackout. This will be a 6-minute blackout period. No voice, no data from the crew.
To or from the crew.
We're 30 seconds away from the anticipated point of peak heating on the vehicle, where temperatures will rise to about 4,000 to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the true test of our trajectory.
They can still get radar, possibly get radar fixes on their position, so they'll know if they're
and from the
traveling in the
G5
right direction.
aircraft in the vicinity of the splashdown zone, this view of integrity. So that pinpoint of light shows the vehicle as it enters the period of peak heating in the Earth's atmosphere, the first tug of gravity being felt by Integrity's astronauts since their launch back on April 1st.
Okay, they got the 11 minutes mark there on the corner of the screen. Okay.
The landing and support officer reports that the P3 has acquisition on Integrity.
Okay. P3, it's
3.5
aircraft.
minutes left in this blackout period. This is a visualization of the plasma buildup around the spacecraft and the repelling of that heat on Integrity's heat shield.
Visualization. So yes, this is computer generated imagery, but it's because they couldn't get an image this close otherwise. It says from Earth they're now 32 miles above Earth, traveling at 25,000 miles per hour. This is what happens when meteors come into the Earth's atmosphere. They are moving so fast that the gases in front of them are compressed and heat up and
Flight
become
Dynamics
ionized.
reports that airborne assets in the vicinity of the splashdown zone do have a visual on Integrity.
Oh, okay.
Still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in our blackout period. Time to splashdown, 9 minutes, 35 seconds.
Of course, they're in splashdown. When they actually hit the water, they'll be only going about 19 miles per hour on the as they're dangling underneath their parachutes.
Multiple airborne assets as part of the recovery team all have visuals on Integrity.
Oh, did I say the distance right? It says 56.
And the WB-57 flying in the splashdown zone also has a visual.
WB-57 is
And the Navy helos also have visuals.
the WB-57 was originally a bomber, the B-57, and it's NASA has one.
We're
It's
still
been
in the
around.
blackout period.
That particular aircraft has
Still
been around
do
for over
not have
50 years.
communications from the crew.
But NASA has ones they can hang around an area like for the launch, so they could get video of the launch from the aircraft. And now they've got it over on San Diego, it's the same one that they use for the launch. They've now got over in the San Diego area, so they can record the return to Earth and the splashdown.
We're standing by for communications from the crew. We should be out of the blackout period less than a minute from now.
Okay, less than a minute. So this is the first time the Orion capsule has come back to Earth with a crew on board. Artemis 1 did not have a crew, but it returned safely, and I heard
We are
earlier,
now processing data from Integrity.
earlier in the day that said that the inside of the Artemis 1 capsule only got to between in the 70 degree Fahrenheit range, that was comfortable for people, and if that's what Artemis 2 does, then the astronauts should be quite comfortable.
Landing and support officer reports the small boats are en route to the splashdown target zone.
Looks like they have it on camera. As it slows down, the gases temperatures will drop and it will not be ionized so much. So then when the ionization stops, then they should be able to resume communications.
Passing through 150,000 feet, our trajectory is perfect. We're getting intermittent views of integrity. Still waiting to establish voice communication.
Integrity, Houston, comm check, post-blackout.
Houston, Integrity, we have you loud and clear.
There it goes.
Your trajectory is nominal, and your recovery teams have visual.
Guidance looks good.
No action for the enabled internal camera controller fail.
Big cheers from the viewing room here in Mission Control as voice communication reestablished with Commander Reed Wiseman. For America and a waiting world, Integrity is 5.5 minutes away from coming home. Passing 100,000 feet now. Range to Splashdown 19 nautical miles.
Okay. They've got it on camera as it's coming down. Reminds me of sometimes communicating with my brother on Skype and
impact
having
to the camera controller fail is no cab 1 views of the
buffering
chute.
data, whatever happens. The artifacts.
Integrity.
We're processing good data through the GPS system. A good view of Integrity, time to Splashdown 4.5 minutes.
Wow.
And a view of Integrity from the WB-57. We're at 50,000 feet.
Okay, let's see.
The pyros are armed for forward bay cover jettison.
Well, oh, parachutes coming
and
out.
There go the first series of parachutes, and we're on drogues.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drogues out the window.
They got
2
their
good drogue
parachutes.
chutes. Next up,
We copy, we see them.
the deployment of pilot parachutes that will pull the main chutes out.
That's them inside. That's the
Time to
capsule.
splash down 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
They put out 2 smaller parachutes first to slow down a little bit, and then it'll be replaced with 3 bigger ones.
Perfect
actually have an
descent rate
airplane
according to flight dynamics.
Good rates on
That's
2 drogues.
able to photograph it.
We see the same on board.
Good question. Yeah, they're still in the sky. Those 2 parachutes
Passing through
be
10,000
replaced
feet.
with 3 bigger ones.
Still on drogues.
There it goes.
Main chute deploy.
They said
We're at
they'll-
5,000 feet.
They said they'll actually hit the water at about 19 miles per hour.
Search and recovery beacon has been activated on Integrity. And we have 3 good main
Hands out
chutes.
the window.
Yeah.
And we see 3 good-looking parachutes.
Yeah, you can see it up there.
Integrity. Cabin pressure indicates no need for hydrazine checks.
Integrity copies.
This is a perfect descent for Integrity. Its crew sounding hail and hearty on board. Time to splashdown 1 minute 15 seconds. Integrity about to complete a journey spanning 694,481 miles from its launch from the Kennedy Space Center back on April 1st, and a trip around the moon.
That picture looks better than this one. It looks like they might be
Passing through 1,000 feet.
hydrazine, which is the fuel used for the maneuvering. It looks like they're trying to get rid of the hydrazine that they ended up not needing.
Integrity, splashdown, sending post-landing command now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown. Waiting on VLDR.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time.
Okay.
From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity's astronauts back on Earth. This recovery process